Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Debt with Lex. It's your girl Lex, and today we have a very exciting video. We are going to be doing the final debt update of 2025 and showing our progress from January to December. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. I know I've been a little bit MIA. There was a death in my family, and I kind of fell off of posting holiday busyness, my daughter's birthday, my husband's birthday, Thanksgiving, all the things. There's a lot of busyness at the end of the year before you have like a funeral or anything like that, but it was very busy. Anyways, we're gonna get straight into it. I'm super excited about this video. I've been looking forward to it all year, getting to see my progress for the year of 2025. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. So starting off, we have an Uprova loan at the beginning of the year. It had a balance of $1,068 and it is currently paid off, which is a difference of $1,068.00. Everything that's paid off, I'm also going to be highlighting just because your girl likes to see some color on these sheets. Up next is a CashNet loan. At the beginning of the year, it was a balance of $1,800, and that is also currently paid off. These first three were some of the biggest payments we had to deal with, and I was so relieved once they were paid off. Up next, we have a Rise loan. The balance at the beginning of the year was $1,800 as well, and that is also paid off. Up next was my husband's Capital One. Beginning of the year balance was $518.43, and we were able to pay that off this year. This first part is going to be probably the most exciting part of the video, and then we'll get into the ones that still have balances. Up next was Synchrony. Beginning of the year had a balance of $1409.99, and we did pay that off this year as well. After that, we had My Car. At the beginning of the year, we owed $3,446.42 on it still, and we did pay it off. So now we officially own the car. We don't owe anything on it, which honestly, of the whole year, this is like the biggest relief. Just not having that monthly car payment is such a difference in our finances already. And yeah, I'm just super excited because it's my first car that I've ever paid off. Next is my Citi card. Previous balance in January of $1,002.48, and that was also paid off this year. And then now we're into some of the things that still have balances on them. So we're going to get into these. First up is my husband's Chase card. Beginning of the year, the balance was $2,379.76. The current balance is $1,422.12. So that is a difference this year of $957.64. Up next is my Wells Fargo. Previous balance of $2,552.92. And the current balance on it is $2,192.39. So that's a difference of $360.53. Up next is my Chase card. So previous balance on that was $3,957.86, and the current balance on that card is $3,022.64. So that is a difference of $935.22. Up next is my husband's UW credit card. Previous balance on that January 1st was $7,019.43. The current balance on that card is $6,984.30. So that is a difference of $35.13. Obviously, this one did not change very much this year. Hopefully next year we can show a little bit more progress on that one. The reasoning why something doesn't change a lot is when you are making payments, but you're also adding money onto it. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that one. Next up is my Capital One previous balance of $10,787.57. And the current balance on that one is $8,475.40. So that is a difference of $2,312.17. This one was actually super over its maximum. So I made a payment in maybe like March or April, a big payment towards it, to bring it back down under my max spending amount that I could do on that card. And then we've just been making minimum payments ever since on it. So that's why it seems like we paid so much towards this. We were just getting it underneath that 100% level. So that way the interest wasn't so crazy on it. Up next is my Discover card. Previous balance in January was $9,498 even. The current balance on it is $9,172.49. So that is a difference of $325.51. Up next is the UW line of credit. In January, the balance was $1,000 on it. It currently is $984.56. The reason why this one didn't go down too much is honestly, we had our bank account, which I didn't even know this was a setting that we had toggled, but our bank account automatically pulled from this line of credit every time we went any little bit negative. So if we go $2 negative, it brings $2 over from this line of credit until it's maxed essentially. So we did live for quite some months this year where it just was constantly at that $1,000 mark. This past month, I actually toggled that setting off. So from that point on, it essentially won't pull from that account anymore. Hopefully we can just pay this off. The balance on it is honestly not too high. So I don't think that'll be much of a problem now that it's not automatically pulling from it. But yeah, that's kind of just the reasoning behind why it is that way. So difference of $15.44. Then we have Upstart number 1, previous balance of $33.67.48. The current balance on that loan is $2,904.70. So that is a difference this year of $462.78. Then we have Upstart number 2. I believe I used this to consolidate some of, I think it was these 2 credit cards maybe. And we also were really behind on bills earlier this year and we're really struggling to make ends meet. And so it was also partially to pay some of our bills to kind of get back to like a ground zero level while we were struggling earlier in the year. So for Upstart number 2, January, it didn't exist. It got pulled out maybe in like May. But the current balance is $5,133.52. So for this one, we're going to do plus that amount. For the 401k loan in January, the previous balance was $7,715.62. The current balance on that is $5,693.52. That is a difference of $2,022.10. And this is with no extra payments. I'm just making really fast progress on this for some reason, but I will take it. It is very much so welcome, so that is fine with me. Next up is a credit consolidation loan we pulled out a couple years ago. Previous balance was $13,993.02. It currently has a balance of $11,670.47. So that is a difference of $2,322.55. After that is my husband's car. Previous balance in January of $21,588.44. This one has also been making super great progress, and I'm super happy with how much we've paid off in 2025 on this. So the current balance on it is $16,961.80. And so that is a difference of $4,626.64. That is super great. If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that we have negative equity on this car. We are looking to figure out what to do with it, but at least get to a point where we're breaking even on it. I think the break even point is somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000 for equity purposes. It has not been a great car for us as a whole. It currently is in the shop because it is not running. So hopefully it will be fixed very, very soon. But I am super happy to see that this loan is finally really making some progress. And every month it has been super exciting to see it go down by so much. So hopefully in 2026 we can kind of figure out what we want to do with it, and also like what we want to do when we hit that break even point, because we are nearing it every single payment. And once we get to that break even point, I think we need to like make a decision whether we want to sell it and go down to one car, whether we want to keep it and just keep fixing it up or hope that it doesn't have any more problems, or if we want to trade it in for a different, more dependable car. I think it really just depends on what, I don't know, what we think at that point. So either way, I'm very excited to see it have that much progress on the loan in the year. And then last but not least are my student loans. I have a balance of $28,235.43 on my student loans. It's actually 4 different loans. I've just been calculating it all as one. The current balance on those loans is $28,011.24. So that is a difference of $224.19. I will say that I didn't make payments on my student loans because they were not due for majority of the year. I didn't actually start making payments until October. I believe interest started adding up again in September. So when I saw that first interest payment come through, I was like, oh, I do not want to see my loans go up this much every month. So in October, we immediately started making student loan payments again, just a little bit above the minimum. So it's about what I was paying when they were due. But yeah, so that's why there's not a huge difference in the amount for the year. But with that being said, we are going to calculate what my beginning balance was and then what my end balance was and the difference. So for 2025, let's see. Give me a few minutes here. Okay, so this was our beginning balance for the year. I recalculated it mostly because when I did my original debt update, I actually left out a couple of things, not on purpose, just on accident. And so I knew that original number was probably not accurate. So let's look at our ending balance. Ooh, so close. Okay, then let me calculate the difference quick. We started in January with a balance of $123,140.85. And in December, we ended with a balance of $102,629.15. And that is a difference of $20,511.70. So good job. Honestly, I'll take it. Any progress is good progress. I was kind of thinking in my head it would be nice to dip below that $100,000 total for our household, but I'm very happy with $20,000 of debt paid off in a year. That means things are going in a positive direction. That means that things are going in a positive direction and that our hard work is paying off. Hopefully, as we continue the snowball, we'll be able to make more and more debt payments and more progress. And I am going to be doing like a 2026 reset, a 2026 goal setting, and a 2026 debt confession on this channel. So if you would like to check those out, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But that is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.